The Turkish adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein by Netflix immerses us in the rich tapestry of Ottoman-era Istanbul, infusing the classic Gothic narrative with a deeply Turkish essence. This modern retelling, named Creature, weaves a tale that marries dramatic flair with a profound underlying message. Its canvas is painted with bleakness and tragedy, yet punctuated with moments of whimsy that illuminate the storyline. In the quaint town of Bursa, a young and inquisitive soul named Ziya, driven by a fascination for the sciences, is drawn towards the elusive secrets of life and death upon learning about a book on resurrection. His journey unfurls as he matures into adulthood, nurturing aspirations of following in his father's footsteps as a healer. Fate steers him toward Istanbul, where encounters with a unique professor steer the course of his life irrevocably. The haunting figure, the ghoulish creature, deposits a gravely injured man, Ziya, into the hands of a group of men in a snow-covered mountain, pleading for aid while staying out of sight. As Ziya hovers between consciousness and unconsciousness, he shares his poignant life story with the captain, recounting his experiences with loss during a cholera outbreak that claimed his mother. Driven by this tragedy, he sets forth on a path to study medicine, leaving behind his childhood companion, Asai, with whom he shares an unspoken soul connection. His arrival in bustling Istanbul leads Ziya to deceit and destitution as he falls victim to a scam, robbed of his possessions and left adrift in a city unknown. However, a benevolent figure named Hamdi extends a helping hand, providing sustenance and eventually a means of survival. Simultaneously, Ziya encounters the enigmatic Professor Ihsan, ostracized by the academic community, igniting a curiosity that compels Ziya to seek entry into the professor's secluded abode. Fueled by arrogance and a fervent desire to utilize his knowledge for the greater good, Ziya faces expulsion from the school after a clash with the professor, showcasing his expertise gleaned from observing his father's medical practice. Unexpectedly, he discovers a hidden connection between Professor Ihsan and his father, unbeknownst to him, a silent guardianship over his son. Ihsan's intervention exposes the professor's misdeeds, providing Ziya an opportunity to delve deeper into the professor's secretive experiments. His quest leads him to manipulate circumstances, feigning illness during a rat infestation to gain access to the professor's domain. In a daring move, he sedates Ihsan to explore the restricted quarters, discovering the professor's creation, a machine designed for resurrection. Ihsan, a kindred spirit to Ziya, has delved into the forbidden, attempting to bring life back from the beyond, albeit unsuccessfully with a pig as his subject. Determined to aid Ihsan in fulfilling his vision, Ziya coerces the professor into collaborating, using himself as the sacrificial subject. Tragedy strikes as lightning ignites the machine, engulfing the room in flames. In a desperate bid to save Ihsan, Ziya uses his own blood, resurrecting him, but what returns is a disfigured, tormented being. Overwhelmed by fear and uncertainty, Ziya abandons his creation, leaving him to wander the alleys of Istanbul. Convinced of his innocence in Ihsan's plight, Ziya attributes the monster's creation to Ihsan himself, absolving his culpability. Abandoning his aspiration of becoming a healer, he retreats to Bursa, seeking solace and reconciliation with Asai, unaware of the ensuing turmoil. Simultaneously, the resurrected Ihsan, concealed behind a veil due to his ghastly appearance, roams the streets, offering aid while tracking Ziya. Discovering his enhanced abilities, a theater impresario named Vasily embraces Ihsan, integrating him into his troupe of societal misfits, offering camaraderie and acceptance akin to family. Gradually, amidst the troupe's performances, Ihsan's humanity resurfaces, finding solace and love among his newfound companions. However, the dichotomy of society's adulation when masked and repulsion when revealed as a monster distresses him deeply, highlighting humanity's double standards. Encountering a skirmish in a small town, Asen witnesses a sacrificial act by an old comrade, sacrificing himself to protect Isin from the brutality of law enforcement. Seeking refuge, he stumbles upon a blind woman and a pregnant girl ostracized by their community. Kindness and mutual aid form a bond between them, fostering a sense of belonging and compassion within Asen. His selfless acts reignite his faith in humanity, particularly through Esma, who sees beyond his physical deformity, finding solace in his benevolent nature. As their bond strengthens, tragedy strikes when Esma is targeted, leading Asen on a vengeful path to save her, yet witnessing her tragic demise unleashes a torrent of fury, forcing him to protect the vulnerable, issuing a chilling warning to the villagers. Meanwhile, Ziya, in his pursuit of normalcy, returns to Bursa, seeking refuge with Asai and harboring his own secrets. His past catches up with him when Asen abducts Asai, coercing Ziya to reconstruct the machine by holding Asai captive. Forced to confront the consequences of his actions, Ziya grapples with the realization that he may have indeed birthed a monster. Traversing the treacherous mountain terrain, Ziya's health falters, relying on a group led by the captain, embroiled in their quest for hidden treasure. Isin, aware of his capabilities, forges an agreement with the men to secure their aid in saving Ziya's life and rebuilding the machine. However, greed and betrayal shatter the alliance, leading to a fatal outcome, leaving Ziya caught in the turmoil. Devastated by Ziya's demise, Isin stays behind, honoring his friend's sacrifice, acknowledging the destructive consequences of his actions. In a poignant gesture, Ziya entrusts the captain with the retelling of their tale, acknowledging the monstrosity within humanity itself. The narrative of Creature is a haunting portrayal of mankind's unquenchable thirst for knowledge and the depth of desperation that ensues. Ziya's journey epitomizes stubbornness and a reluctance to acknowledge culpability, forsaking his mentor in the face of adversity. Conversely, Asen, once brimming with hope and scholarly ambition, is jaded by the harsh realities of human nature, seeking redemption in vain. Ultimately, the tale unfurls as a poignant reminder that humans, in their pursuit of the unknown, often become the true monsters, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The dichotomy between hope and despair, love and tragedy, weaves an intricate tapestry reflecting the intricate facets of human nature, leaving an indelible mark on both protagonists and viewers alike.